Peace. Happy now. Now is a vibrate, of course. We're not going too far in the future. We're not going too far in the past. Right now. Right now. I'm going to talk about copper and Covellite. Matter of fact, bringing up a few characteristics of it. A little science behind copper. In fact, copper is a high thermal and electric has a high level of thermal and electrical conductivity. So it conducts electrical and thermal energy. You know what I'm saying? It helps to almost in essence amplify it also, but deals with the conductivity of electrical and thermal energy, which thermal energy is like heat energy, keeps you warm. But as a matter of fact, it's one of the few metals that's found in nature that you could use right from nature in the essence of like some metals and things like you gotta take it out of the ore. They might have to add some type of ionized charge or take some type of charge from it, or dip it in this and do all kind of stuff to it for it to be put to use. But copper doesn't really need all that. Copper could come straight from nature and be a thermal and electrical conductor, in most cases. And I'm not gonna get deep into the other stones, but you do have a bunch of stones that are copper based, like azurite, malachite, and turquoise. Uh, Azurite, matter of fact, just to show you, it's kind of like a softer, raw looking, which I know the sun kind of messing with it, but you can kind of see some of the copper in there. It has blue and green forming around it. Matter of fact, most of copper-based stones end up turning blue and green because like the chemical formation of it. You know, Matter of fact, azurite, soft deep blue mineral produced by weathering of by the weathering of copper ore deposits. So by being weathered, matter of fact, whether that be through water or whatever the case may be, the weathering of a copper ore, you get azurite. That's why it looks so raw and natural. You know, kind of soft, kind of soft texture, soft hardness to it. Soft hardness. Malachite, which I don't have an actual straight piece of malachite, but they do have malachite and chrysocolla, and I do have a heavy concentration of malachite in this stone. I wish I could show it pretty good, but it's a part, but you could kind of see. Like that's malachite. It's almost like a glass window, like so it's like a quartz window where you could see like a malachite piece, because that's how malachite really forms. It forms like that, almost like the alveoli and our bronchial tubes, So it's kind of like a bronchoidal, I think is a terminology for it. But before I even rest on that, I gotta look that one up again. But it basically forms like the alveoli in our lungs, basically like the bubbles of little grapes. It doesn't really have a solid formation to it, and it is a green in color, of course, and it's a copper carbonate hydroxide mineral. Matter of fact, all these the vibrations of like the elements, you know what I'm saying? Like carbon, oxygen, all these vibrations, in essence, give off since everything is a vibration, they quantumly, what I'm saying, affect us, you know what I'm saying, regardless of if we don't have to ingest, what I'm saying, our stones or these minerals for it to work on us. Just by having it close to us, it quantumly works, with our body. Then you have turquoise. Turquoise is like a bluish green color, of course, and most people, that's one of the more popular copper stones, would be turquoise and malachite, but turquoise for sure, because turquoise has been popularized even before, like to everybody, you know what I'm saying, before you even knew about a stone, you probably knew what turquoise was, and it's a let's see, mineral that is hydrated phosphate of copper aluminum, so it got a little aluminum in turquoise. And turquoise is rare and valuable, but it's somewhat devalued because of so many imitations out there. Like turquoise is like they have so many like they'll take howlite and dye. Like there's a bunch of different things where they try to fake, turquoise. Matter of fact, that's why I like dealing with my jewelry and stuff like that. Like, well, I have to do my extra research and have this type of knowledge because you could be getting anything dealing with certain stones. You know what I'm saying? Because some people make a lot of fakes, especially of turquoise. And other stones that's copper based that I may have not mentioned is cuprite, dioptase, tetrahedrite, and cha- I always matter of fact, I don't even think I never heard anyone say this stone name to me, or I haven't heard anyone say it properly to me. But chalcoprite, it's like pyrite at the end of it, chalcopyrite or chalcopyrite. I'm not sure. Chalcopyrite. I'm saying, I'm going with the motions. Look. uh, Then copper, on a metaphysical level, is good for balance and communication and synchronicity. So bring that synchronicity in your life, where those synchronicity would be what you would call, or what most people call, coincidences, or in some cases like little, not say little miracles, but it's just coincidences that are synchronized, but which is not really coincidences. Is like just manifestations that's really happen with a certain type of synchronicity to it. Brings balance to the body. Matter of fact, that's why they good as wristbands. You know what I'm saying, to balance the meridians. Because matter of fact, by having a copper band on the right and the left side, that balance the body, because the body has the disymmetrical. I don't know if I said the word, but it basically where you have a receiving end and a side that gives. So you need to balance out both sides. Like it would be cool if all you could get is just one copper bracelet, cool. But you want to get balance of the energy, so you want a copper bracelet on each wrist or each side. You know what I'm saying? To have that balance. Because it brings balance. It also deals with communication. As a matter of fact, it helps to enhance our abilities to pick up on electromagnetic waves, which I'm about to get a little bit more into that too. And matter of fact, and I just said that balance the energy in the meridians. Oh, that's the nadis. That's all the little. In fact, what they work on during acupuncture when they poking the little holes all over the person's body, that's touching all the meridians in the body. We got like over 17,000 nadis in our body, or meridians, energy meridians. And as always, it's not like if you cut yourself open or somebody, not to say like that, but if you dissect yourself, you won't actually see these nadis and meridians as energy zones, running through our body. And copper helps to balance that. As a matter of fact, and back to knowing that you gotta have the copper braces, because the copper braces is good for your Metatron shield. Metatron shield, single refracted ring on the left hand. That's either garnet, spinal, or a diamond. You know what I'm saying? I got garnet, my birthstone by default. Then on the right hand, a double refractor ring, which would be anything but the other three I named. You know what I'm saying, for the single refractor. Then you want to have lapis lazuli on either copper, silver, or gold chain, for which anything would kind of suffice as long as you got the lapis. You got the lapis, and then you got copper wristbands. So copper wristbands, lapis around your neck. Lapis are copper pendant actually, and single refracted ring on the left hand, double refracted gemstone ring on the right hand. That helps to stop your aura from leaking, and the copper balancing the meridians, and also help balancing your energy. So because an imbalance in energy, or a chakra that's imbalanced, it creates openings in your aura, and it allows you to be attacked by lower vibrations and other things. As a matter of fact, and it allows dis-ease of the body. That's where a lot of dis-ease from the body comes, is off balance chakras, or off balance energy. You know. Uh, Copper also helps with the communication of knowledge from higher realms into the conscious and subconscious mind. Matter of fact, like I tell a lot of people how turquoise is good with connecting to the ancestors, and I'm like, That don't mean uh, Auntie so and so just gonna appear to you and start talking to you. But if your perception is, you know, on that level, in which that goes without saying to a person that's on that level, because then they already know that they're capable. If a person is on that level, then they know what they're doing. But you know what I'm saying. But say for instance, if you don't perceive, if you would be scared if somebody appeared to you, or if you get too scared for a voice to be too loud, as far as lines of communication from the unseen, then you would get it as kind of like your own intuitive thought. So you would see it as your own thought, and you would think, "Oh, that's me," or something like that, or something. And which, even in most cases too, you'll still kind of feel like, I don't know if that came from me. You know what I'm saying? But these things that get channeled, into you. So this knowledge will be communicated and channeled to you, regardless of your perception, and regardless if you believe in spirit guides and connected with ancestors, and you believe that's all bullcorn, they still gonna connect with you. You know what I'm saying? It just won't connect in a way where you could obviously say, "Oh, I know that's them," but at the same time, in which honestly, if you keep working with stones like that, it'll become to the point where you have to acknowledge that, all right, this is probably not me thinking this. Like this stuff is profound. Like these impulses and this knowledge I'm channeling, or what I feel like popping up in my brain is very profound. Not to say that you can't have profound thoughts as a human, but as we've been raised as humans, so we've been taken away from our abilities, and it's not that knowledge and information doesn't come from our humanity as much as it comes from our spirit. And in fact, so yeah, even though you may not see your ancestors, you'll still get those messages, dealing with the copper. Matter of fact, and that's why turquoise is good with that situation. Which, uh, with it being a vibration of copper, that means any copper stone would be good with it. But I know for sure turquoise is good for a connection with the ancestors. In fact, that's why from Native Americans to you know just all indigenous tribes and people deal with turquoise very heavily. And now, to break into a little more science, copper resonates with our melanin very strongly. Because, matter of fact, melanin is a biocrystalline molecule itself. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, and it is a superconductor of high frequency radiation and neurotransmission. So, melanin within itself is a crystal that helps conduct energy. So when working with another superconductor, that just gives it more power. So that's why turquoise and copper stones and stuff like that are very popular with the indigenous people and with our indigenous culture, because it works and coincides with the healthiness of our melanin also. So basically, uh, to go into the melanin right quick again, is a biocrystalline molecule itself, and it is a superconductor of high frequency radiation. So high frequency, I mean high vibrations. That melanin helps us to in tune and catch those high vibrations. Doesn't mean that somebody that may not have skin pigmentation melanin can't. I'm not gonna say that, but I'm just speaking on what the melanin does itself. You know what I'm saying? Because say for instance, you got people who can channel that may not seem like they got a melanated pigmentation, like Esther Hicks dealing with Abraham for a perfect example. You know what I'm saying? So it's levels to the situation, but you know, for the most part, on a scientific level, that's what melanin does for us. You know, and it deals with the neurotransmission. And matter of fact, you got the nigra substantia around the pineal gland, is that dark, heavily melanated area in the middle of the brain, and also the medulla has a concentration of melanin, which they discovered the concentration of melanin in the medulla during Vietnam when they were, cutting, not say cutting, but maybe doing autopsies or whatever they was doing with the bodies from Vietnam, and some of the melanated soldiers, the black people, the black soldiers, African American, whatever you want to call it, the melanated soldiers, they were finding out that they had heavy concentrations of melanin around their medulla. As a matter of fact, and these are the little things, the little sciences they find out in between certain little things, indirectly, and then they start to keep quiet. Because you won't find most people, like when they talk about stones, they won't bring up, melanin. And my thing is, it's certain facts and things. It's not to cause separation, but it's for us to have that knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Because it is what it is. If melanin is a biocrystalline molecule, that conducts energy the way copper and other elements do, it's like something to be said about that. Because matter of fact, copper is incorporated into the melanin molecule through amino acid tyrosine. So matter of fact, when you come across these foods where it's like 15% of copper, matter of fact, 15% of the daily value, you know what I'm saying? Or, whatever percentage of copper it has in it that's good for you, you know what I'm saying? That's why healthier foods that have all these like raw elements in it, you know what I'm saying? Because I would always bring this up, and I don't know if I ever corrected myself on that, like where, with lithium, you know what I'm saying? Where all these different things where it's cool for it to be, raw or whatever, but it's when the doctors get to it and try to add other stuff to it or manipulate it or do whatever, you know what I'm saying, to cause some type of way to make you dependent on it or to mess up your liver so you could depend on something else to fix your liver or whatever the case may be. But, that's why it's just good to stay with raw, natural foods, just anything natural in general, you know what I'm saying? Because you could get your copper, your manganese, your iron, selenium, all these things from your plants and vegetables that you eat. So copper is incorporated into melanin through the amino acid tyrosine, and what is tyrosinase. Uh, tyrosinase is an organometallic amino compound that is organized around carbon, nitrogen, and copper. As a matter of fact, in the tyro, I'm struggling with that one. The tyrosinase. The tyrosinase is the catalyst for melanin production in our body. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, when you look it up, it'll say that. Matter of fact, it'll say it's the oxidizing agent. You know what I'm saying? That deals with the melanin reproduction, I should say. And matter of fact, because like say for instance, like when you leave like fruits, the skin of fruits or whatever, when they start to get brown or whatever from being oxidized, the tyro, the tyrosinase, tyrosinase can help with that. It's just one of them words. I'm sorry, but y'all know. In fact, let me spell it for y'all so y'all could Tyrosinase, and it also facilitates the melanin's ability to conduct many electromagnetic frequencies. So you know what I'm saying. So the tyrosinase, the tyrosinase helps the melanin to be able to conduct electromagnetic frequencies. So so these ultraviolet rays that we're receiving from the sun, all this information that we get, you know what I'm saying. Matter of fact, it's how the vitamin D, all that is coming through, through little bands of information of electromagnetic energy. Vibrations also carry information with it. You know what I'm saying. So our melanin is what allows us to pick up on these messages. As a matter of fact, and lack thereof, because also, and that's what when you get into the government and the oppressors and trying to, you know, kill off the melanated peoples, they understand the science behind the melanin, and that's why they do different things to attack our melanin. That's why the foods and all this, matter of fact, which your melanin is a thing where it's very helpful to you, when you're keeping yourself, healthy and things of this nature. But once you start eating bad, it becomes very detrimental because instead of fighting off things, it kind of be eating away at things already in your body. So it's kind of like becoming harmful onto you once you start, being harmful to your body, like feeding your body, unhealthy foods and doing unhealthy things, and that messes with the processing of your melanin. So it kind of, in essence, be working against you instead of with you at that point. That's why you gotta, matter of fact, because you took your Rubik's cube of DNA, you know what I'm saying, and threw it off, you know what I'm saying, and so the only way for it to handle itself is to destroy other things within the body, or it may destroy things that's good for you unknowingly coming into you. You know what I'm saying? So that's why. You have to get that ability back through eating healthy and partaking in healthy habits. And now I want to get into Covellite a little deeper. Matter of fact, I got the Covellite right here. Covellite, you can feel it. It's very, has that little weight to it. And honestly, you can feel the conductivity of like the electromagnetic energy, electrical and thermal energy. Like I like to use Covellite with hematite and pyrite. Some other metals. You know what I'm saying? Well, pyrite got a little bit of the sulfur in it. Because sulfur is another conductor that resonates with melanin, as well as carbon, of course. You know what I'm saying? In fact, that's why the shungite. You know what I'm saying? 98% carbon, and that's the basis of a melanin molecule. You know what I'm saying? So it shows you how that resonates together. But the Covellite, matter of fact, is good for the first eye, and is helps for the on the zodiac level, the Sagittarius people. It's a good stone for you, Covellite. But deals with the first eye. It helps to open intuition. It helps to access your metaphysical abilities within. You know what I'm saying? We all have telepathy, psychic abilities, all these things that you defer to some stereotypical scenario where, oh, you was just thinking about me, or I called you because somebody said my name, so you must have been thinking about me. All this little stuff that's basically little folklore for telepathy. You know what I'm saying? Like these are your own spiritual gifts that you defer. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have them. That's why, and then you wonder why. Oh, why I can't do this? Why I can't? Because you deferring and you don't recognize it for what it is. Get out of your humanity and realize that you are a vibrational being with metaphysical abilities. But this Covellite helps to access your metaphysical abilities within. Helps for your clairvoyance, which is clear seeing. Which clairvoyance, that definition, or that word, or the I say the definition of it of being clear seeing, it's not necessarily clear seeing. I feel like clairvoyance is like could be the word for all the clairs in essence, you know what I'm saying? Because clear seeing could be clear taste or clear touch, you know what I'm saying? It's just that clear that just that ability to see past the unseen or feel or experience the unseen in essence, But it helps enhance the clairvoyance, all your other psychic gifts, and it helps to deal with astral travel, you know what I'm saying? So, you, either when I tell people you either could do it like well, you got two different types. So you got astral travel and you got remote viewing. Remote viewing is more of like where I close my eyes, or I could sit here and picture being inside my mama house in Appaloosa, Louisiana, just like instantly, like bam, I'm sitting right there by the sofa. That's like remote viewing. And then when you amp that up, you could really be seeing what's actually going on in this time and moment, right now. If your remote viewing skills are very powerful and you strengthen them. But it helps with astral travel. Astral travel is more of like visibly taking your astral body, separating it from, and I'm doing that in the videos. But you separate your astral. I mean, you take your astral body from out of your physical body, a matter of fact, attached to that card, which the card will be visualized coming from like your like where your umbilical cord is, but also your soma chakra that's in between your third eye and your crown chakra. Also, is that cord that ties all that energy, and connects the astral body to the physical body and connects those yin and yang energies also. But you could say the soma chakra is where that card would connect also. The astral travel allowing you so you could visualize going to Sirius and going to this dimension and that dimension and still being, connected and come back. Because another thing too, I remember I used to astral travel and picture my card going through loops of different dimensions and then actually leaving my card out there for a little while. And like so almost like doing a loop while I leave my body and my card is connected to my body right here. Like say for instance my body right here. I come out and then go through different dimensions. This one dimension, this two much, and just different dimensions. And then come back around on the other side into my body Well, so my card is still out there and then coming back, so I got information just constantly coming to me. And and it's the thing, man. Find your own way of doing things with your metaphysical abilities. Of course, you got people out here making videos, giving advice and saying like, well, this is the process and the way you do this, and this is the way to meditate like this. But honestly, we are vibrational beings that create our own universe. Once you start getting into this, you find your own little way to, channel information and go astral traveling and doing all these things. You find your own little way of doing it. It's different strokes for different folks. That's why most teachers, the teachers who really have that understanding, gonna tell you, at the end of the day, yes, they have these processes to it, but you end up finding your own way of doing it. And if it feels right to you, then it's working. You know what I'm saying? It would, whenever it's not feeling right, or whenever you just feel like, all right, nah, it's not, then it's probably not. Use your own intuition, but it's up to what works for you. You know what I'm saying? We all are different. You know what I'm saying? In the essence, and we all say for instance, even though we all are one with source and trying to become one with source, ascending all this, we do have vibrational signatures, which allows us to be slightly different, you know what I'm saying, in order to build in this world. Because if we were all perfect and all the same, then we wouldn't even be talking to each other, doing nothing and building on nothing. Just everything would be, perfect like how it is. And we have those differences in order to build, you know what I'm saying? Because if you know a lot of information right here, I know a lot of information right here, we could build, you know what I'm saying? But if I know everything you know, then it ain't even no point in us talking and building because we know everything and got everything and we perfect and, you know, it's nothing to it. Uh, Covellite is also good for the dream state. It enhances lucid dreaming and it helps with remembering details for dreams. So matter of fact, good stone to put under the pillow. You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to, do some lucid dreaming and come back with some information. Matter of fact, 'cause that's what I be using it for. I've been trying to enhance my lucid dreaming lately, but I've been coming to realize like I don't know how much of it is meant for me or not because I just always like even when trying, I sometimes it's hard for me to connect with lucid dreaming. But that don't mean I'm gonna give up. But it's good for lucid dreaming and coming back with the details of your dream. And it also helps to make your dreams come true and manifest miracles. So it helps to enhance the ability of miracles manifesting in your life, and basically, it just helps you to manifest your dreams. Turn those dreams into reality. Helps us to access the divine source within, because source is within everything, but it's all on. But source gave us the free will to connect with it. You know what I'm saying? So even though we got sources in everything, some people choose to not deal with the source within. And go to the to more of the physical, humane, egotistical way, you know what I'm saying? Or what some people call the illusion or the devilish way, you know what I'm saying? Going to that getting away from their divine source. But it helps us to access the divine source within, and it also helps bring a vibration of harmony and unconditional love. It matter of fact, because most Covellite do have like a little bluish hue to it, in which colors are vibrations. So I always remember that, like a color, just wearing certain colors will help the vibration of your chakras. So in essence, the bluish hue, is what gives off the vibration of dealing with the throat chakra and communication. So it also enhances communication. Matter of fact, especially with contacting spirit guides. So if you're trying to contact some spirit guides and communicate and channel, this Covellite would be good. And matter of fact, that's that copper again, like the copper and turquoise. That copper pulling down this electromagnetic energy or vibrational information. You know what I'm saying? Putting it down because whether it comes to you in a voice that's saying do this, or hey, I'm your ancestor, or it's just information that is just seem like it's just popping up and it seems like it's coming from you, but it's really still from your ancestors or your inner DNA. You know what I'm saying? Your DNA, all the information that we're acquiring or trying to acquire is already in us. It's more about remembering, you know what I'm saying, and accessing your inner knowledge, you know what I'm saying, because all this information is within you. That's why I slack on like trying to read books so much, and try to do a lot of metaphysical work of getting information, you know what I'm saying. And matter of fact, it's like lifting weights. I want to become strong in that area, so I don't always have to be carrying around a book. Books get heavy. And I like to move around a lot, so I like to have that information on the fly, you know. uh, but also physically, Covellite helps to eliminate toxins from the body, especially like cancerous material, which cancer in essence is like an abnormal growth. As a matter of fact, to take a little bit from KT Dog degree, matter of fact, that brethren, if you want to deal with anything dealing with plants and health and just anything, the science of it, definitely go check out that brethren videos. Because if I get a little knowledge on that level, that's mostly where I'm getting it from. But the Covellite helps to eliminate physical, to help eliminate toxins, and so it be abnormal growths, which are cancers. As a matter of fact, in essence, we all kind of have from radiation that always constantly been around us, from the food we was raised on eating and all this. We got these abnormal growths within us, but it's just when it becomes cancers, when it's really heavily concentrated, or it really amplifies, you know what I'm saying, and becomes super, just very bad, until there's a point of where you have to, you know, uh, cut off the breast and do all these other things. But Covellite has the vibration in essence of the acetogenins and soursop leaves. As a matter of fact, getting into the video with KT Dog degree, where soursop leaves has acetogenins in it, and the acetogenins is what basically it helps to target the abnormal growth and target just that. Because like, say for instance, like chemotherapy just burns up all your cells, so it's not just like, say for instance, the radiation doesn't have a mind of its own to know, or intelligent system to know, all right, just go after the cancerous areas. Whenever they putting that laser and all that radiation on you, it's tearing up your good cells also. In essence, it's kind of, doing more harm than good for the most part, which that's understood, with some doctors starting to come out about that and keeping it real about chemotherapy. But the Covellite helps to eliminate those toxins in the body. So, if matter of fact, in the vibration of some of this disease in the body will follow us through our DNA genetically, as a is not only is a, how can I say, is a vibrational information in our DNA, but also is something like, as far as the mental, how can I say, been passed down mentally, where you feel like, all right, I got this too, because I've been told that it's passed down, you know what I'm saying. And sometimes too, that's how you activate it in a bad way, is by going, oh yeah, well, everybody in my family got cancer, so I probably, nah, don't go along with that. You're a vibrational being, you know what I'm saying. Here to break away from those type of you know those type of limitations on the mind and humanity, but it definitely helps to eliminate toxins from the body. So like I say, working like the acetogenins and soursop leaves, so it finds, like, it picks up on the markers. Basically, acetogenins picks up on the marker and see, like, all right, this part just right here is the abnormal growth, so I'm gonna eliminate this, and that's it. The rest of the cells will stay good, you know what I'm saying. Because that's that misunderstanding of like tearing up everything to get a solution. And that's not, like, all these pills mess up your liver too. That's not how you do things. Source if source wanted things to tear up your liver too, then the fruits and vegetables would do that. When you eat them, if it was meant for it to be like that. And also, the Covellite allows for a connection to the past, and basically allowing you to, have that little past life regression, like go into your past life and learn from it, you know what I'm saying, and grow from the things that you may still be attached to, dealing with your past life. It'll help you to detach yourself from that, to grow from those past things that may be still a hindrance in this lifetime now, in this incarnation. I know one of mine where I realized from DMT trips and from my own meditation was I had a problem with addiction and making sure I have control over things and not letting things control me. That's why when it comes to smoking the herb, well, I get to a point, like, ooh, let me quit. And then some of my mind like, no, you don't have to be that drastic. Just control yourself. You know what I'm saying? Just don't use it all the time. Don't abuse it. You know what I'm saying? Use it at its heightened benefit for you, because we're all different. You know, herb for some people they can't even use it at all. Some of us can. Some of us can't smoke it but could drink it. Some of us can't drink it but whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Different strokes for different folks. But with my past life, I had to deal with addiction, and that's something that that Covellite could help bring to light and help you get past, in order to help you grow and ascend on your spiritual journey. And it basically, and by going into past lives, that's also visiting the Akasha, or the Akashic records. The Akashic records is something also internal. You know what I'm saying? It's within our DNA signatures, within our own vibration. You go into your inner verse, you know what I'm saying, your inner universe, you know what I'm saying. You could come back with these lessons and learn, all right, this was going on in my past life, this is where I need to change. Matter of fact, even down to two, say for instance, I learned that, like, if you were like a prophet, or like somebody like Bob Marley, Martin Luther King, or the people of this stature, you know what I'm saying, in this lifetime, you go back and learn, like, all right, I gotta be upfront about the information I'm giving and help people, but I gotta watch the company that I keep. Like, say for instance, if you're a reincarnation, if say for instance, the reincarnation of Marcus Garvey, for example, he would come back knowing, like, all right, some of my own black people is the ones who threw me under the bus and stopped the Black Star ship from being launched. So in this lifetime, I want to make sure I watch the company I keep. You know what I'm saying? Like, you learning from past lives. You know what I'm saying? And in order to move in the right direction vibrationally on this human level, but being a high vibrational being, or a vibrational being, and learning how to manifest that and change, your reality through learning from your past lives. Not dwelling in the past, just learning from it. It also supports the journey into your deeper dark side of your spirit. And this may trigger negative reactions in some individuals because of the way we're trained or conditioned to run away from, or to treat the dark. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, that's word magic. Matter of fact, in dealing with the oppressor being against black people, dark skinned people, melanated people, they use the terminologies of dark and all this as bad things. That's why in horror movies they try to make you scared of the dark. It's all like mental. You know what I'm saying? Like, on some kind of level, they trying to program your subconscious dealing with that. But it helps to support that deeper journey into yourself, into basically, because you want to embrace your deeper dark side. You know what I'm saying? Because if anything, if you run from it, it becomes bigger and grows and turns into something that could become a demon. You know what I'm saying? In essence. Matter of fact, this is the Necronomicon, and like the monsters from how would Lovecraft work and stuff like that. That's a personification of that. Matter of fact, like Terrence McKenna say, we've been so far away from our original God self, or you know what I'm saying, our vibrational self, that when we visit it or come across it in a DMT trip or on a meditation or whatever, we see it as something foreign and something to be scared of. But when it's really ourself that we've just been detached from for so long. That's why Cyclops and Medusa is basically they're just basically the monstrous versions of, say for instance, Cyclops, like a monstrous version of your third eye. Medusa is like the Kundalini energy, but it's made into a monster because it's that primordial energy that we've been far taken away from for so long, that it's become something that's scary to our humanity, basically. You know what I'm saying? Which is and don't forget, our humanity is what's trying to trap us from growing into getting close to the source, and growing spiritually. So Covellite helps with going into a deeper side, but because of the positive aspect of it, you know what I'm saying, the positive vibration of it, it will keep you, in a positive place, so you could be able to face the, face the dark. And when I say face, because in some cases your dark side is not necessarily a quote unquote bad thing, you know what I'm saying? Because it may just be that understanding of, the polarities of this universe. And not saying that it's something negative or dark in a bad connotation, but just more of that polarizing opposite. 'Cause, the yin and yang, white, black, dark, light. You know what I'm saying? So you just that understanding, overstanding of all that, overstanding of all that, I should say. You know, but it'll help bring the positive vibration with that journey, so it'll keep that negative feeling away. Matter of fact, it enhances the electrical energy. It enhances the flow of electrical energy within the body, which kind of help stems from it being a copper-based stone in most cases, and and it also works on the lower chakras also. So even though it works well with the third eye and higher chakras, it also has a grounding effect that eliminates spaciness for meditation. Matter of fact, so it'll be a stone that could kind of stand alone, like almost like tektite. You know what I'm saying? Where you could, like tektite meteorite. So it'll have you astral traveling and all this, but it also provides grounding energy within itself also. And it helps to, if you put it on the navel chakra, to help release negativity from the navel chakra, as well as promote a healthy libido. So let's sex drive, get that sex drive back up. You know what I'm saying? And also helps with heighten or strengthening your creativity, creative skills. You know what I'm saying? Help bringing that creativity out of that sacral or navel chakra. You know? And getting into the last parts of my information. Uh, Good stones to combine it with. A few stones, astrophyllite, pneumite, and owlite. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, dealing with the shamanistic journey, and matter of fact, going into these deeper dark sides of your inner self, all these different dimensions. You know what I'm saying? To help enhance that, you could use pneumite and iolite. And matter of fact, pneumite and astrophyllite is almost one and the same. They look very similar. And pneumite is one of the oldest minerals, earthly minerals, you know what I'm saying, known to, recorded, I should say, other than carbon itself, or shungite. Matter of fact, and honestly, and those stones all work synergistically together because of how old they are. So, say for instance, a piece of moldavite, pneumite, shungite, like all these stones, like they've been around since the beginning of time. In essence, and I say beginning of time, that's just for lack of, for your humane brain to understand. You know what I'm saying? Because there is no beginning of time, but for us to have a reference for the sake of conversation and sharing knowledge, you know what I'm saying, from the beginning of time, you know what I'm saying. But moldavite, pneumite, and shungite are very old stones, in essence. Matter of fact, that's why I got my pneumite and my shungite together on my little rap, on my aunt, basically. And also golden rutile quartz uh, is a powerful combination also for exploring your past life. So you want to use it in conjunction with a golden rutile quartz to get deep into that past life journey and understanding and learning from all the things you did in other past lives. Trying to see, matter of fact, and see how those messages right now is trying to teach you how to still like let go if you haven't let go of any stagnant energy or like these type of ideals and mind frames that no longer serve you. That's what you visit past lives to kind of analyze and get rid of, or not say analyze, but in essence, you see what you were going through, and like, all right, I need to change this now because I've been struggling with this. You know what I'm saying? In other past lives, time to grow away from this. You know, basically like forgiving yourself for past life issues. Also, like if you, matter of fact, I was like a wizard. You know what I'm saying? In my past lives, I was a wizard that kind of wasn't too nice to people, and I didn't always use my magic for good stuff. Let's just say that. You know what I'm saying? I see the vibration within my, you know what I'm saying? And two, you got to draw the parallels of the things you do now, of course, in which, yes, I am still a wizard, though. I am a wizard, and and an alchemist, but matter of fact, but it's drawing those parallels where you see what you were in those past lives and draw the parallels to what you're doing today, and and change that within your in your life today. Because say for instance, a Capricorn has that energy of, if you don't watch it, where you'll go to start using people for your success, you know what I'm saying? Instead of actually working with people and having a real connection, you're kind of just using them for your little business ventures, you know what I'm saying? Because dealing with Saturn, business, want to get the business on the road, this and that, but in a bad aspect of that, or quote unquote bad aspect, which it is kind of negative way to use people, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to use nobody, but that's that negative connotation from that, and that's what I got from like being a wizard or whatever. Like I would use and manipulate people, you know what I'm saying? Which is somewhat in the vibration of Capricorn if you don't watch it. You know? But always when I bring up zodiac signs, I quickly say, but you want to master your zodiac signs and become, you know, the number 13 and get out of those 12 disciplines. Get away from the 12 disciples. But that's basically it. Copper, dealing with thermal electrical conductivity. It also resonates with our melanin because our melanin is a biocrystal molecule and a superconductor, so it helps us to pick up on high frequency radiations and neurotransmissions, which like we're working with turquoise and the Covellite. You know what I'm saying? The neurotransmissions are, coming from your inner self, you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, and how you know your memories and all this is not a part of your physical body, because our body constantly changes. Like after every 7 years, you know what I'm saying, a 7 year cycle. That's why that's number seven is so significant and be and it's you dealing with your chakras, dealing with matter of fact, and you actually grow through your chakras, like from the day you're born, you're mostly around your root chakra, and then you grow into, growing up, almost like growing up like anything else, as above, so below. So like the trees grow up, figuratively and literally, you do also, you know what I'm saying? But what else I was gonna say? But just all around, just helping you with your attaching yourself to these vibrations. I forgot where I left off at. I'll be honest. But matter of fact, that's a sign to finish this video because it's 47 minutes in anyway. But just was trying to recap a little bit. Covellite, enhancing communication, enhancing contact with spirit guides, also helping to remember dreams, enhance lucid dreaming, deal with going into the inner self, But that's about it. And just make sure, copper helps that electromagnetic field. Matter of fact, and don't forget it for the Metatronic shield also. But that is it. Matter of fact, I can show you a few little pieces of mine. In fact, there's some chrysocollin right here. You can see this grade A chrysocollin. It's like a lower grade chrysocollin. Look a little more dingy. You can still see those copper, those little brown, reddish brown copper deposits inside of it. You know. But peace. Happy now. Now is the vibrate. We're not going too far in the future. We're not going too far in the past. Right now. Oh, and that's what I was. Matter of fact, and I'm not going in on that though, because now I remember what I was talking about. And you see, that's them Ginkgo biloba and all this. Before I forget the notion, like growing up, I was talking about how that's how you know your memory is not within your physical body, because our body changes every 7 years. So that would mean you would lose memories of the last past seven, and when you grow again, you would lose memories. You know what I'm saying? So that would also give you an understanding that that is more to us than what you see inner. Like we got a part of us that's unseen. You know what I'm saying? Like a quantum part of us, you know what I'm saying, a metaphysical, unseen part of us that gives us information and holds information for us also. So our memory is not necessarily within us, you know what I'm saying? But that's what I want to say. Peace. Happy now. Now is the vibrate, and we're not going too far in the future. We're not going too far in the past right now. Peace.